What's up, everybody? I'm Jesse, or GameOverJesse as all of you may know me, and here with us, as always, is Daniel and Kayla. But we also have a returning guest, Orion.
Special guest!
Yeah, from the band...
Ooh.
The light
Dark Orion.
lead singer of the band, Here Lies.
That was a very dramatic moment, actually. With
it was.
Apparently has a haunted lamp.
I apologize for this exciting light situation.
It's no, it's great.
Yeah.
It was totally intended.
Yep, exactly.
That's why you got that trophy.
Right. just for comedic effects.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to be talking about our top 5 Nintendo spin-offs that need to happen. I guess we're each going to pick one, and then we can come together on the 5th. So basically, over the past few years, Nintendo has been a little bit more lenient with their properties. We know a long time ago they had Super Mario RPG, which was a collaboration with Square Enix.
This sounds like Jesse's going to take my answer.
And then for a really long time, only Nintendo could work on Nintendo games. But lately, in support of third parties, they've combined Zelda with Dynasty Warriors for Hyrule Warriors. They did the same with Fire Emblem for Fire Emblem Warriors. They've been including almost everyone in Smash Brothers, third party or not. They've just recently announced Starlink and Star Fox crossover. They had Mario, their biggest franchise, crossover with Ubisoft's most despised franchise, which was really weird.
Somehow they came out with a really good game.
Yeah,
I never expected to enjoy a Rabbids game ever.
I can't think of the name of it, but there was a Pokemon crossover. It was like played kind of like Fire Emblem, I believe, but it was some third-party game, but it was mixed with Pokemon, which was really weird because you had like actual like samurai warrior people fighting alongside Pokemon. I think that was for the 3DS. But anyways, we're going to be talking about the spin-offs that we would like to see. I'll start since mine's very simple. I am a fan of Kingdom Hearts. I'm also a fan of Nintendo, obviously. Kingdom Hearts has a really cool idea where they take a lot of the Square properties, a lot of Disney-owned properties, and combine them with their own original characters for that story. So I would love to see Nintendo do something similar to where they take all of their Nintendo characters, maybe since Square is familiar with it and they've teamed up with Square Enix before, allow Square to basically make the Kingdom Hearts for the Nintendo world. So instead of going to like Pocahontas's world or like there's what was it? Like the Frozen world or the Nightmare Before Christmas world and all of these different worlds, have it be some original character they make up, go to, or it could even be a Kingdom Hearts crossover. I think that would probably be even more interesting since they're already traveling to different worlds. So yeah, just like there's a world where they go to space and they meet Star Fox, or they go to Hyrule Kingdom, meet the Zelda characters, they go to the Mushroom Kingdom, and it would basically be like a Super Smash Brothers adventure game in the style of Kingdom Hearts. I think that would be my perfect crossover, and it's kind of a cheap answer because it's it's like every answer, but it's still it works out. Since you are our guest, Orion, would you like to go next, or do you still want some time to think about yours?
No, I need some time to think about this. This is hard for me.
All right, yeah.
Sorry, make Daniel go next.
Yeah, Daniel.
Uh-oh. Okay, well, I was thinking Jesse brought up Super Mario RPG, Super Nintendo, which is a game that I didn't play until actually recently when I got the Classic Edition, the mini Super Nintendo. But it's been on my radar for like decades. And I really like that style of game where, especially, I really like it when games, they take something you're familiar with, let's say Mario, and throw it into a really different, mechanically different world or different type of game. So taking something Mario, you're used to just platforming, and then suddenly you're running through this RPG, and Bowser's your ally now, and just like total overhaul of your expectation. So I would love to see a similar RPG set in the Zelda universe. So maybe cop-out answer here, but without Link as your main character. You've got a party of characters, so maybe a similar group of characters like the champions in Breath of the Wild. So you've got kind of like your heavy character, a healer, archer, and this group of characters that maybe Link is in the story, but he's not your main character, and he's not like someone that you play as, but just having this other group that, because generally, especially in the world of Breath of the Wild, like there's a lot of struggle that just the people living in this world go through that you don't really see because you're busy kicking butts and taking names, right? So yeah, that would be a really cool sort of crossover project that I'd love to see, especially if Nintendo lets someone like Square develop it in the same fashion as Mario RPG. So that would be cool. That's my answer. Kayla, you're next.
Yeah, I think that's how it works.
Go, Kayla.
Okay. So I'm going just like totally really far from anything that Nintendo would ever do, but I would love to see a crossover of probably like my favorite games.
Yoshi.
So-
You're not allowed to say Animal Crossing.
I'm not going to say Animal Crossing.
Okay.
Animal Crossing Battle
Yoshi.
Royale, and that was a disaster. So.
Yoshi's going to join Master Chief in Halo.
Yoshi will eat Master Chief.
On the same kind of idea as like a shooter game, because like the only real kind of Nintendo shooter game we have right now is Splatoon. So I play a lot of Borderlands. Borderlands is my favorite non-Nintendo game. So I would love to
that
see
sounds interesting.
Nintendo characters go into that sort of world.
Which Nintendo characters? If you could pick 3 characters to be the main players or the main characters in this.
Sorry. I was like, Jesse asked me another question. No, so probably like Link. And go out on a limb and say Waluigi.
Oh wow.
Don't give me that look, Daniel. And then I should probably pick one character from Animal Crossing because that'd be hilarious. So I'm gonna say Isabelle because she's small, she's sweet.
Oh, not your boy KK?
Nah.
No
KK's
KK
cool,
slider.
but Isabelle's like, I'd love to see her hold a gun. But yeah, like take me to some like weird, like even like a Fallout, like end of the world, post-apocalyptic. This would be a terrible game. Please don't.
Okay, so just think of like Fallout, where everything is destroyed, wasteland and everything, but like the fallout of the Animal Crossing universe.
Oh no!
They all the animals went into shelter while the nuclear fallout happened.
Isn't that a Pokemon theory? That like Pokemon's set in some weird dystopian future when like the radiation from all the nuclear bombs changed the animals?
I've never heard that, but that's terrible
Whoa,
but wonderful at the same time. It's just ruined Pokemon all of our
I'd love to see KK in like a steampunk outfit.
Oh no.
Oh, I'm embarrassing.
Don't worry, I'm gonna fully embarrass myself now and
Good.
That's
upset a
okay.
lot of.
I've set the bar pretty high for it, so don't worry about it. All right,
Oh man.
bring it, Ori.
Oh man. So this is where you guys are obviously all way more up on the chat. The chatter and what people are interested in the gaming world right now more than I am.
I don't think anyone's
So
interested in what Kayla was talking about.
So this is gonna seem like super left field, and retro, and sad. Because we spoke about it before, Jesse, that one of my favorite games, because I am such a child, is the Mario Kart games. And even when we were away recording, I know I love that stuff. It's great.
It's good.
Even when we were away recording this time, I was playing. Our producer had a Switch, so I spent the whole time playing the Mario Kart game on that.
Makes
And
perfect sense.
what I thought would
That's what we were doing in LA like all week too. And just full
It's so
disclosure,
much fun, isn't
I'm
it?
bad at Mario Kart.
Everybody's bad at Mario Kart. It's more fluke than anything.
I haven't met our friend Cliff.
Okay, that's true.
he just wipes the floor with all of us.
So this is what I thought would be fun, because like obviously battle modes are kind of fun on that, right? Where you can just fire things at each other. But the race modes, once you go around the track and you get the layout of it, it's pretty, you know what to expect, right? You know what's coming at different points, what obstacles or traps or whatever. So what I thought would be fun would be a crossover with, do you remember the really old cartoon, Wacky Races? With
yeah.
Oh,
Dick Dastardly and Muttley the dog?
yeah.
And then I looked up just now, they made a game of that in like 2000 or something. So what I thought would be really interesting is if they combined those two, because that game came out on PlayStation, I think, and they crossed those two over. So you had, like, if you remember the super old cartoon, like the dog and the guy would be setting booby traps, and it was always like a different booby trap, and they'd be trying to crush you or do something weird. So if each time you went around the track, they were in a different place doing something different. So you never knew quite what to expect.
Yeah, it was like the cartoon was like the race car version of Roadrunner, where the coyote was always setting up traps and stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I thought that'd be a really kind of interesting, fun, bizarre crossover.
That would be fun to play, just because you never go in, like if they have it like somehow randomized, so you never go in with like the same trap like twice. You know, yeah, that could be a lot of fun.
So you guys all know, because we've all done it, right? When you play with a friend who's played it before, you're going to get beaten, and it's going to be very embarrassing for you. So like if you know they're leading the race, if they're more likely to get screwed up by this constantly moving, evolving booby trap, I don't know. That kind of seems really interesting to me.
Yeah, it makes the when you replay the tracks, it makes it a little bit more interesting as well.
Yeah.
So because it's not always the same thing, there's random stuff.
Right.
Like.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, it would actually be really cool. I would have never thought of that.
Well, there you go. Where you haven't embarrassed yourself.
Yeah.
So reigning champion of embarrassment on this podcast.
I'm not gonna hear the end of this one from these two.
So before we move on to answer the questions and end the podcast, what is one that we could come together on collectively for the 5th? Does anyone have
I feel like I shouldn't be involved in the last one.
The last one. Okay, let's just choose The Legend of Zelda. But what is another franchise similar to Hyrule Warriors that it would make a good crossover with Zelda?
Okay.
I'm tweeting this out right now to get questions. Yes, everybody who is listening, hi Cliff. We were just talking about you. Yeah, give us questions in the chat, and then as soon as we're done with this topic, we will answer a few of your questions, and we will be done with the podcast. Very quick episode.
And then you'll never see us again.
No.
Till next week.
Yeah, next week.
Till next week.
Last podcast.
Champion of Morrowind says Elder Scrolls. So like
I was gonna say
he wants a
be really
full-on
cool.
RPG.
I mean, it would need that kind of medieval feel, right?
Yeah.
So you could, I guess, if you wanted to go quite serious with it, you could kind of mix it with like an Assassin's Creed or something like that. That might be weird.
Yeah. Well, you'd still have like basically the same characters, but it'd be really cool to see like Link, but you can pick like different classes for him.
Mm-hmm.
So
You're a wizard.
mage. I wouldn't pick mage
You're a
personally.
wizard.
That's not me. I'd go like
I've
full
never-
assassin, but
I never go mage in Elder Scrolls, but
yeah, I
would
should
be-
because they're OP, but I don't.
Yeah, we can just let Champion of Morrowind decide for us. Like a Skyrim Zelda crossover would be interesting. They have the Link outfit in Skyrim for Switch, so
that's
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
That's true.
kind of. In a
Yeah, I was
way.
gonna say that, or maybe even like mixing it with like Final Fantasy or something,
Mhm.
like giving it more of like a turn-based kind of attack.
So one rumor that people had a long time ago.
Sorry. Sorry.
Did you see the deleted comment?
Yeah.
I think that was just a
Yeah, I think that was
It was
it.
a typo and I
unfortunate
lost
typo. Unfortunate typo.
Yeah. So, ho are you doing instead of how are you doing? No, so a long time ago, there was a rumor that suggested because Star Fox games typically didn't sell that well, and Metroid games typically didn't sell that well, so they were
Sadly.
rumors of a crossover game. So like
Ooh.
because they both take place in space, so kind of makes sense. Like if there were two Nintendo franchises to crossover, you would expect it to be them. I know Donkey Kong Country. I don't know if it's Tropical Freeze or just the Wii one. There's Samus's ship in the background of one of the
Oh
levels,
yes.
suggesting that it crashed. Donkey Kong, Metroid take place in the same universe. Apparently.
It's canon now.
Uh-oh.
No, but I think that's just because the developers worked on the game, so they included hints. But I always thought that would be interesting if they did do that. But yeah, I guess we can move on to our questions now. Everyone, leave your questions in the chat. We'll try to get to them. I'll check Twitter and everything as well. I posted a tweet while everybody was talking, so I wasn't ignoring everyone. I was just trying to get questions lined up. Sadly,
I was ignoring everyone.
I
though.
can't-
You were looking down. You were like, not part of this one.
No.
yeah. So I cannot see the Discord.
I can see the Discord.
So I don't know if
Yes.
there are questions in the Discord, but
There are.
I can check the older YouTube videos as well. So if everybody's ready, we can start. Lisa, we'll actually start with Lisa's question here after I do the intro. So